prayers are with 11-year-old Lamar Glenn and her family. She was tragically shot in the head around 4 a.m. this morning, and she remains in critical condition. The senseless violence is just certainly unacceptable. I'm tired of reporting stories like this. We're fed up with these stories. We pursue those who victimize our community. We relentlessly pursue those who cowardly attack our children. This 11-year-old was doing what we want 11-year-olds to do, is that being at home, comfortably sleeping in her home, when these folks decided to make an adult problem a child's problem, and that's just completely unacceptable. I want to thank our officers. When this case hit at 4 a.m., many of them did not go home until early this afternoon, and some, as my understanding, are still at work pursuing these suspects. Here's what we know right now. We have a situation where 23 rounds were fired into the home. One of those rounds, at least one of those rounds, struck little Lamara in the head. As I indicated, she's in a local hospital in critical condition, extremely critical condition. The officers that initiated this investigation were able to quickly relay information through our real-time crime center. Our investigators, members of the 7th Precinct, have been working again tirelessly on this case. We have 4 suspects in custody. One suspect is 18, one's 19, one is 20, and I believe the 23 is the 4th suspect. We've recovered one weapon and one facsimile firearm. The weapon that we have recovered, we believe, is in fact a weapon that was used tragically that struck little Miss Lamar Glenn. As you can imagine, that this case is wide open. The investigation continues. We're confident in our suspects, but we have a lot of work to do. So I won't have a lot of detailed information to provide you, but I will share with you during the Q&A what I can. With that, I'm going to bring up Commander Decker to just provide some additional highlights to the case. Commander.
Thank you, sir. Like Chief said, it's very, very early in the investigation. There's a lot of work going on, a lot of work from the precinct, a lot of work from our commercial auto theft units, our tactical service unit, our Homeland Security partners actually flew a helicopter on here. And just like we always do, something this tragic happens, everybody rallies up, and hopefully we'll put an end to this particular crime and a whole lot of other crimes going on. I don't believe the chief mentioned, but unfortunately we have a rash of stolen cars going on, businesses, dealerships being broken into, vehicles taken, and unfortunately it looks like that has progressed from just stolen crimes into violent crime. Fortunately, the vehicle used in this was a stolen car taken off one of our dealerships, and now we're here today. How far would you like to go?
That's it for now.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, with that, we will take any questions.
Do we believe it was 4 shooters?
We believe that those 4 people have something to do with the shooting. We know we have more than one shooter, but we're confident in the 4 are all tied to this very sad case.
Chief, was there something in December that was similar with this house? Is there a connection?
Yeah, we're looking at it. As the AC mentioned this morning, we were there not long ago, late last year, on a same type of shooting. No one was injured there at that time, but we've been there before. This is not the first time.
Are you looking for anyone else?
Yeah, we are. The investigation is still active. We've got a number of activities going on right now to bring another suspect into custody. We're looking at a lot of different pieces of evidence, but we're confident in the 4 that we have.
Neighbors say that they heard gunshots at 10:30 p.m. as well. Have you seen anything, or have the suspect said anything?
Our investigators may have that. I was not briefed on that. I was focused on, quite frankly, getting these suspects off the street and this child.
How many people were in the house at the time of the shooting, and who are they?
Yeah, well, as the AC mentioned so eloquently earlier, it was every 15 at one point, one at one point, and a handful at another point. So they're still noodling through that right now. We're confident it was more than one. We don't know if it was as many as 15. Everybody's got a different memory of how many were inside and whether or not they were, but we're working through that right now.
Were they all related?
They're not all related.
How does car theft play into the motive?
Yeah. So we're working a very interesting car theft ring involving, which we were already working. And we were looking at a couple of people. One was taken into custody yesterday. Actually, a couple were taken into custody yesterday and one late last night. It's early, but we have tied a couple of the vehicles in that ring to this incident and another incident. This case has a lot of different layers to it, and we're confident that we're going to be able to close not only this homicide, but strike that, this non-fatal shooting, but another homicide with this investigation, because two of the vehicles that were recovered at those scenes are tied to the auto theft ring. One of the suspects in the auto theft ring that we're looking at is tied to a homicide, and we believe, we're confident in this non-fatal shooting.
Chief, forgive me if you said this, I was taking some pictures, but is there a particular motive or person that they were targeting that you know of that prompted this?
Well, the investigators, they will be briefing me on that later. Obviously, we know we've got some group activity, and we believe that there's some conflict between two groups, but it's cowardly to bring in a child to whatever adult problems you're having with another group. When you are shooting 11-year-old little girls in their home, where they should have some degree of safety, that's a problem not only for the police department, that's a problem for our community. And it's outrageous, and we're just not going to tolerate it. And we're going to do everything we can to get every single one of them off the street. And like I said, we've got 4, and we're looking for one more, and we're very confident that he will be in custody before the day's over.
Are you able to share at all what led you to these 4 individuals or what?
Well, as the commander indicated, he and his team, and this lieutenant here, who I'm going to put on the spot and let come up and talk a little bit, because it's his incredible work that keyed in on this auto theft ring. One of the suspects he locked up a while ago. We won't be giving you that name. He's a juvenile, but he was able to tie back to some connections that he had, and that really for us is what broke the case. But they're continuing to work. I mean, they're telling me the work that they're doing. It's the officers that are doing the work behind the scenes. Our federal partners, as the commander indicated, we've got helicopters up. We've got a lot of resources tied to this. This is a baby, and those relationships are paying dividends, having those local, state, and federal partnerships. So, but Lieutenant, I'm going to put you on the spot. Why don't you come up and give a quick overview of your investigation?
Thank you, sir. Lieutenant Dunning. So as the chief stated, we've been out since early this morning, since 4:45 a.m. We had all resources on deck, including all our federal partners, in conjunction to get the persons that was responsible for this shooting in custody. There's a lot of intelligence work that's gathered to this. There's a lot of data that we have gathered over the past couple of days. And as the chief stated, this wasn't something that was new to us. We were on this case from the beginning, and we're still actively working the case till the end of it.